Buckle up for another adventure in The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. Today we are completing the Recovering the Hero Sword main quest, aka the Master Sword, in the Great Hyrule Forest. Thanks a bunch for tuning in. I'm Kat, and if you're a repeat offender here, welcome back to the channel. Now, if you're a first timer, drop everything and smash that like and subscribe button. With all the formalities out of the way, let's kick back and get into the good stuff. Before we get started, I want to note that in order to acquire the Master Sword, you must have at least 2 full stamina wheels, and the yellow ones don't count. Alright, now that that's taken care of, let's get this thing started for real this time. To kick off this quest, we need to be inside the Korok Forest. If you watched my previous shrine video on the Musanoker Shrine, then you already know how to get inside the Korok Forest, and you can skip ahead to the next chapter. For those of you who haven't, I'm going to play the beginning of that video. It seemed silly for me to do it twice. If you also want to see the shrine solution, I dropped a link down below to the full video. We need to be inside the Korok Forest, and Breath of the Wild, this was no problem. Tears of the Kingdom, not so no problem. If you follow the path up from the Woodland stable near the Ekochiu shrine, you'll find the solution down in the description. The path would lead you right to the Great Hyrule Forest. Then you had to follow the torch embers to find your way through, lest you get sent back to the beginning. This time, however, you can't get in at all. You will always be sent back to the beginning, so if you can't go through and you can't go over, go under. On the way here, you had to walk around a chasm. Go back to it and jump inside that chasm. On your way down, drop a giant bright bloom seed to help you see where you'll land. After landing in Mayauisy Grove, head to the left and follow the Trail of Pose. They will guide you in the right direction. As you progress, you'll notice 3 light routes. The middle one is illuminated, making it easier to see, so that's the one we want to follow. Just a heads up, after passing the pose and entering the area with more gloom, you'll encounter ogre trees. You may remember them as the wide trees that have what looks like a face and sometimes contain treasure in its mouth from the Lost Woods. Yes, there's an entire forest of them down here called Korok Grove. Also, by the way, you might encounter gloom hands along the way. However, it's not a guaranteed encounter. I did this 5 times and only 1 of the times did I get gloom hands. But that might not always be the case. Just keep pressing forward towards the lights until you spot a large structure ahead. This structure is a massive pillar that extends all the way to the surface. Pro tip, activating all the light routes down here will provide clues about the locations of the shrines in the Korok Forest. Whenever you're ready, begin the long ascent to the surface. Assuming we are all in the Korok Forest, let's go inside the Great Deku Tree. Right away, you will notice the gloom coming up out of a chasm in the far back. Well, that wasn't here last time. Before we dive in, full disclosure, you're not going to like what's at the bottom of this chasm. Not to spoil the surprise, but it's gloom hands in there. Gross, right? Worry not, I've got an easy solution for this. Firstly, I recommend using a multi-shot bow. And instead of battling a Lynel for one, there's a few chests, for it to be exact, around Hyrule that have Lynel multi-shot bows. But for the easiest to get Lynel bows, there are 2 chests near the Rebella Wetland Skyview Tower. One to the west on the lower ledge on Mount Floria, and the other is just north of here on an army treehouse camp west of Okel's Navel. And there is also one just east of Kakariko Village. It's a skull camp with a bossbow Coblin and his minions. I also recommend bringing plenty of bomb flowers and or Gibdu bones. Then let's dive headfirst into the Korok Grove, Great Hyrule Forest depths. Once you're close to the bottom, you'll see that the entire thing is closed off to the rest of the depths. And most of these walls are smooth except this spot over here that has 2 overhangs sticking out from the wall. There's some gloom covered on the lower one, but you can just place a Zonai device to cover it. Then we can shoot bomb flowers at the gloom hands using our multi-shot bow. Keep shooting at them until they are fully defeated. Leaving even 1 behind will allow them to regenerate. Then, as always, Phantom Ganon shows his face. And you can use this technique on Phantom Ganon as well. I used the Gibdu bones on Phantom Ganon as they deal more damage than bomb flowers. You'll also want to get some bullet time to slow Phantom Ganon down while you repeatedly blast him in the face. Just keep shooting at him until he's defeated. After the gloom clears, some Koroks propel down to give thanks and let you know that the Great Deku Tree is waiting for you. Looks like everything is back to normal. So, all that's left is to get out of here. To get out of here, follow the little Korok lights and ascend through that overhang that you were just standing on. Then ascend to the next one. On that next one, go into that little cubby and ascend from there and emerge all the way to the top and out of here. You'll emerge into the hallway that leads in and out of the Deku Tree. Come out from inside that tree and right outside of the doorway, ascend from above you, and find that carved out circle that'll prompt you to talk. When you speak with the Great Deku Tree, he will show you a memory of his involving the Master Sword, and then he gives you the 3rd degree about where your Master Sword is, and all you can say is, I don't know. When the Deku Tree tells you he can sense the Master Sword and that it's moving, which if you did the Dragon Tears, you already know why it's moving. However, if you did not, hurry and go watch my All the Dragon Tears locations video linked down below. But back to what I was saying, then the Deku Tree will show you on your map where it is and where it's going. I see that mine is right above me, so what I did was fast travel to a sky island that was along the path of the moving yellow indicator and built myself a flying machine, and then made my way towards the light dragon. Once the light dragon is within range, go towards it. Once you are close enough, jump off and glide to land on the light dragon's head. Then grab that sword handle and hold on with everything you got. It will drain 2 full stamina rings before you get that splinter out of the light dragon's face. It's a pretty intense moment for everyone involved. Then, you get hit with a couple cutscenes, and I'll let you go ahead and enjoy those. But before you know it, you are in the very place that you lost the Master Sword to begin with. And that's all, boys and girls. I gotta burn rubber for now, but if you vibed with the video, drop a like and smash that subscribe button. And check out my killer merch. Don't just play, slay. Until next time, keep gaming, keep laughing, and keep learning. With that being said, this is KKJinxx, over and out.